Hey, what's up, guys? I made a huge mistake. Let me show you what I did, or rather, I didn't do. So I got home one day, and that's what I saw in my window. Do you see it? Well, let's go inside. I walked in here after work last week, and I did improper install. Now, I should have done way more than 4-foot on center framing. I've been doing buildings, I've been insulating buildings, I've been putting ceilings up in buildings at 8-foot on center with insulation. But what I've never done, I've never used timber fill. It's a wood fiber. It's R60 is what we did up here. It's a little bit heavier. And especially I've never done that without putting the ceiling on first. And obviously very wrongly made the assumption that a 4-foot on center strapping underneath my Myrex was gonna be just fine. Now, during the process, I looked at the ceiling, I inspected it. I was like, you know what? It doesn't feel that heavy. So I kept going. I made the decision that it was gonna be fine at 4-foot on center. I even checked the next morning and was like, you know what? It is still fine, but I'm going to get some lumber. And tonight when I get home from work, because I'm busy right now, I'm gonna come up here and add additional framing. Guess what? That was too late. It was too late because I came home that night. I'm unloading my skid loader for the day. And I look in that window and I see the insulation in my window, and instantly my heart dropped. I literally wanted to cry. I called my wife, and she had a commitment that night. She said, I will stop what I'm doing. I will come out there. She helped me bag insulation. My daughter came over and helped me bag insulation. Didn't complain one time, and it was miserable. My son came as soon as he got done with football practice, and we all as a family sat out here and we bagged all this insulation that you see back here. We got the hard part out of the way. I think we worked till 10:30 that night. We got all the framing up. I was not in the mood to film, A, because I was embarrassed, B, because I was extremely tired, C, because my mental situation was not there. I was literally broken because we had just spent all that effort doing all this work only for it to come crashing down because of my ignorance. And while I would say, you know, a lot of people might not share this with maybe their followers or people out there because maybe a potential customer might see it and think, oh, those guys are stupid. No, I would say I'm not stupid. I just made a mistake, right? Everybody makes mistakes. I made the assumption it was going to be fine. And to be honest, I think in the similar situation where we usually use a fiberglass blown-in insulation, I genuinely believe this would have been okay. The timber fill is a little bit heavier, probably twice as heavy. I don't know exactly the numbers. I do know that it was about 2.6 or so pounds per square foot up there on that Myrex. And I also found out that there was another detail on the Myrex taping if you're going to do this sort of thing. I should have ran my tape parallel like I did in the joints, but then also ran some stitching across that to just hold it together. Things that I overlooked, I did not know, and I will now forever know and never make this mistake again. And the reason I'm making this video is so that people out there watching my videos, it's not fair to not share these things, the things that I learned from to become a better contractor. So it hurts. It's embarrassing. I'm not excited about it. And also, I've got a ton of work ahead of me still because I have to clean all this mess up. I need to fix all my Myrex up here. I need to re-blow in all the timber fill. And I have an insane amount of cleanup to do in every nook and cranny. The week that this project happened, that this failure happened, I had just moved all this crap into my new shop space because I had sold my other property. And wouldn't you know it, all this crap became covered in insulation. So as you can see, I've got my strapping up here, right? Strapping. The problem is where the joints were in the middle, the tape, it didn't break. It just pulled apart slowly and finally it failed. So when I got home, I think this one was half failure. This one was half failure. And the biggest problem was that as we're cleaning it up, it just kept falling everywhere. And so as you can see over here, all those bags, those are all 55-gallon bags filled up We've got all these bags, 55-gallon bags filled up with insulation. And then I didn't think I needed to do this bay here because, as you can see, this lap was over here at the wood, and I thought that this was secured and it wasn't going to come out. Hence why I didn't frame this one either, because it's up underneath the wood, whereas I went through and I framed every 2 foot on this other stuff. And as you can see over here, we did additional framing. I didn't do this one because there's no joint in there, but I will frame there. I just didn't have the lumber. But anyway, I came home and this whole bay, this last bay right here, all fell. And my son came out yesterday. I was not home. And he's like, Dad, I'm going to go ahead and fill up a bunch of bags. And he did all this for me. And he ran out of bags. So I just got back. I ran to Menards. I got another box of bags, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this all cleaned up. I'm gonna try to get all this repaired. I wanna get all this closed up. I wanna get this all re-blown in. I gotta get all this material back off the floor because it's really cramping my style for doing any work out here. You know what? That's what this video is. It's just me. It's venting a little bit. It's sharing with you guys the mistake I made, the lesson I learned. I always tell my kids, the most valuable lessons to learn and the easiest lessons to learn are those from others when they've made mistakes. So I always say, when your friends make a mistake, when they do something wrong and they get in trouble, learn from that. You don't make that same mistake. Well, as a builder, if you're gonna do Myrex, if you're gonna do blown in, put your ceiling in. I think I would have been just fine if I would have had my metal ceiling up there. It would have sagged that 1.5 inches in that 4-foot bay, but then that would have been it. I'm not glad this happened. Not at all. This is absolutely miserable. I'm just glad nothing really is broken, nobody got hurt, and this is a solvable situation with a couple days of my work, and hopefully I will have done it better than what it would have been if I just would have covered it up the steel with 4-foot on centers. So I'm not happy, but I am thinking that this is a good lesson learned for all you guys out there. If you do something similar, make sure you properly brace your Myrex, whatever you're doing up there. Make sure you properly brace it. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work on this, get cleaning up, and try to move forward on the interior of RRHQ. It's everywhere and it's in everything. Well, I'm making headway. I'm just trying to clean as I go, pushing it all over here. Like I said, it's not horrible. It's just really, really freaking annoying. Luckily, it stays together really well, so it doesn't like, you know, like if this was like a pea gravel, you get a scoop and it would just all flow around and fall everywhere. This kind of stays together. And then I just use my shovel to kind of pack it a little bit. I mean, I get a nice tall stack. All right, enough for me for the night. I got the bulk of it all picked up. I've got a ton more bags over here. And the next thing I'll do, but I'm losing light in here fast because I don't have lights here yet. Power's coming very soon. Next thing I'll do is I'll get all this Myrex tacked back up. That way I don't have a constant dust coming down. And then one by one, I'm gonna have to move everything, clean underneath of it, clean on top of it, clean it all off, probably move it to a door, blow all the dust out the door, and kind of just move things around till I can cover every square inch of this building. I'm just happy to finally get this bulk of it done. Hopefully, cross your fingers. I need to get some more lumber. I'll probably try to bring some tomorrow, and I will hit the areas like right here that is still 4-foot on center, but no, you know, no seam in my way. bring home a stapler, and then I got this little area over here that is looking like it wants to fall down. I tacked it up temporarily for now, and I need to get some more framing up there as well. So, hey, at least we can see the ground again, right? All right, so we got that bulk cleanup done. We're all filled up with bags, and I just picked up a bunch of lumber. So I've got a lot more 2x4 16-footers, and I'm gonna go ahead and start tacking this up and putting additional framing in. I've got more twinette. I think I'm gonna use it to make sure I use very little staples now. And then if I want, I can put staples through the twinette, and that adhesive is going to help with an air seal. So that is why I avoided a lot of the staples in the first go around, was because I was looking to have really good air sealing. But I think, especially once I put my 2-foot-on center framing, I'm going to be just fine. I don't need to staple it a ton, but I might tack some up and go through my twinette. And if you forget what twinette is, it's a double-sided adhesive tape that is amazing, and that's what is on all of this Myrex. They just don't recommend a 4-foot-on center spacing with an R60 above it. I should have done more framing. Otherwise, I think the twinette is amazing and works fabulous. So hopefully none of the Myrex is in too bad a shape. I can tack it all back up and get it taped with Razan. So let's get into it. All right, I've been coming out here for the last few nights and trying to do pickup, but today we finished early at the job site and I got the big guns Greg because I've got one more section here that I've got to close up. I got everything else closed back up, at least the insulation isn't gonna be coming down so I can, you know, clean up the mess everywhere. But this last spot, you can see it, it's about, you gotta be careful over there, Greg. That could come down at any moment, just so you know.
I mean, I'm not too worried.
He doesn't know. So we're gonna get this closed up, and I definitely needed Greg's help because the problem is I don't know how to get it closed back up with a 1.5 foot worth of insulation. So I think we might just have to let it drop into a bucket, and I can't do that myself. So I'm really appreciative you coming over here, dude, because you might get a little dusty, a little bit.
A little bit.
It will be fine though. So let's.
I heard it's not itchy.
No, it's not itchy, but it's still dusty. You know.
You know,
it's still dusty.
I've been covered in worse things.
So let's move this over there and grab that garbage, and let's see if we can get this last section, and then I can go into actual cleanup mode, and not have to worry about timber fill, you know, falling down on me. So I'm at like 112 bags.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it comes very compressed from, you know, Timber HP. But once it's blown into the attic and falls onto your floor, yeah, it's not too compressed.
Which that's like how you get your R value, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll share something with you that I actually found interesting. Fiberglass is inherently not a good insulation. A good insulation.
Because of the product itself.
Because glass is not a good insulator. Mineral wool is rocks. Is not inherently a good insulation. The way it's good is that by turning it into a fiber and introducing airspace. Versus wood fiber. Like wood is, of all the three, the best insulator in its raw form. I was like, that's interesting.
That's actually a very valid thing.
I thought it was interesting. All right, let's go up there and see if we can get this down without
dying.
Without getting covered too. Wow, that blew my mind. I did not think that was going to fit in there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this.
switch your sides.
No. It's all good. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna hold it.
I'm gonna hold it, brother. Now just be patient. Just don't. I don't want to be covered until I've got to get covered. I think I'm gonna
Swing over a little bit more. No. Brother.
Yeah.
Set the garbage can right there. Drive your lift a little bit forward so that way you don't have to hold it.
Well,
Trust me. Big trust.
okay. I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of. But you're
Right there.
okay.
Yep. Now,
But we can't go that high.
yeah, we can.
No, this thing is here.
You
Where? That's my shoe, or right in my sock hole.
know. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, hold that right there.
Wait, where's
I'm gonna try to feed it.
Wait. Can we get this stapled? A little bit will fall, but if
Here,
we can
let
get
me feed it this stuff
Okay.
right here into
Okay.
your, because right now that's where it's coming out. It's
All
right there.
Stapler should be underneath of us.
So there we
If
go.
we can get my side up right here and staple it, like even back by you, if you can get that one up.
Now look at this. There we go.
Yeah.
So now just need a stapler, which you said was back by me, right?
No, it's underneath me. We're dumb.
No, we're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna let this go. It's gonna fall a little bit, maybe.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
Get that
You know the
stapler.
other nice thing about this product is the way it
locks together.
it kind of you can
Ball it up.
you can make a wood ball and then throw them at people. That's what Dan does. I need to get this.
Stapler, brother.
I'm trying. Now here's what's gonna happen. I've done this. I'm gonna go bang bang, and it's gonna fall. So hopefully, okay. Can you do the one behind you? I got this. Here, take this first. Here, one second. Here, just take this. Okay.
Well, that's
No,
fine.
I know. Now pull that back, and go ahead and staple it out. More than that. I'm gonna cover it all with tape. Okay, that's good. Now,
You may pull this guy.
if you
and staple
can, but it's
that.
probably full of insulation. So move it away from where the wood is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then
There's
go
really
ahead and
not much there.
then tighten it up, and then if you can, reach out and stretch it back. Can you or no? There's a lot of weight down here,
There's
buddy.
a lot of weight down there.
Yeah, that's gonna drop right on all my stuff. I probably should have cleaned that up, huh?
Just relax. Are you able to take a little at a time, like from this way, and go that way with it?
You want to push it? I'm gonna put some of it in here, Greg. Take some of the weight off. You cool with that?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to work it towards you.
Whoa! Wow! What are you doing? No, don't do
That's
that.
not bad.
Yes, it's all in my pants.
Nice.
All right, ready? We're gonna try and grab it and close it together, and then you're gonna tape it, but we can't have it underneath of this. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Which that's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
just push it that way,
A lot of it. Right.
and then hopefully we can just push the whole. I couldn't do this by myself.
no.
It's impossible. There's too many places to hold. Even another person's hands would be really. Okay, so I'm gonna grab it, and you're gonna push this pile up with one hand, and then pull this with the other hand. My boy, dude. My boy. That's my boy, Blue. That's my boy. You got the stapler? Mm-hmm. Okay, here. You take this, and I'm gonna help stretch it out and make it make ceilings great again. Okay. We're out! Oh! What are the freaking odds we're gonna be out of staples?
Make it fast.
Okay.
Never fails.
What the frick?
We're out of staples.
You know, I think some people create drama for their videos. I don't want no drama. I want it to be easy.
We went from building the biggest building ever to working on our biggest mistake.
My biggest mistake. You weren't even involved in this one. I can't blame it on you.
Well,
A lot of people wanted
no,
to. Actually, you were. Didn't you?
This
You
was
told
my-
me not to do
this was
2 foot
No,
hot
I was about to say this was actually my idea to go every 4 foot instead of 2 foot. You wanted
wanted to go 2 foot. Like, no,
I
no.
said no, that's not necessary. But in my defense, we weren't doing wood fiber.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We didn't know we were gonna do that. Okay, I gotta find my. Ooh,
that went down my heel.
all right. Oh. Okay. Now, give me this.
All right.
Can you take this or no?
You know, it's not bad, but I can't.
You're still sweaty though. Take the garbage. Take the garbage. Take the garbage. End of the day, I just got to get it all back up. Mm-hmm. Get it all
Back up, sealed up.
sealed up, and then life will be good, man. Here, can you hold this a second?
Wouldn't say life would be good, but it would definitely be back on track.
Yeah. You're fine. Don't. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. You wanna know why? Because your shirt's wet and like you're pushing it. Just let it kind of sit there, and it'll just dry right off.
Think happy thoughts.
You know how many nights I've already gone into the house,
It went in the back,
just covered.
down the back of my neck. It's itching my neck.
It's not itchy.
Get this next one.
Okay. Don't be scared, man. I tape over it. Come back to the, yep, throw. Yeah, there you go, okay. Okay. Okay, but hold on. Yeah, sure. Go all the way out. This is the least pretty one I've done. Put a couple next to each other, otherwise it's gonna rip.
Well, I'm hitting some sawdust in there.
Okay. Okay, now keep your hand kind of where mine is.
Did not have that side.
It's okay. I'm here, buddy. I'm here, man. Okay, now push it up. This is yeah, okay. So we need to get a 2x4 in there. Mm-hmm. Then we can, well, we gotta do some taping first. Oh, see, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, wasn't bad. I'm not about ready to jump off this lift head first. What?
Turn around. Woo. It's like it never happened, dude.
Yeah, that's not too bad actually.
No. What about me? Is this gonna?
Step into my office.
So I'm gonna double this up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Going back.
Where'd that squeegee go?
So you dropped it. You put it on my shoulders.
Oh, so you dropped it.
Well, I mean, that is the last hole in my Myrex ceiling, and I knew I was either going to let it all drop or I needed a second set of hands. So thanks, buddy. Just be thankful you didn't have to bag all that.
It all pays the same, so.
There's better things to do for money than bag insulation.
Also worse things.
There are worse things to do for money. Where's it at? Right there. Ain't worried about that no more.
Nope.
I hope not.
If I should be the only one.
Nah, I'm
that
gonna get this.
falls.
I'm gonna get steel. I'm gonna get steel up so if it sags, it can't. Like right here. See how it's sagged? It can't go lower than the steel. It's just gonna sit there.
You're right.
How far back, Greg?
Ooh, about foot. Yep.
Okay.
About an inch.
All right.
So.
Yeah, as long as I get my steel up there, and you know, people were curious, Kyle, why would you do your insulation before your steel? It's just the timing, and I haven't made decisions on all these things like what kind of steel color do I want on my ceiling, what, you know, design, and the installation schedule, it worked out, and I thought, oh,
It's no big deal. We did all that mineral wool, rock wool up in the other attic. We'll get this. That'll be cooler in here. I've learned a lot. We all make decisions, Greg.
You know,
What?
you're older now.
I'm wiser.
You're also wiser.
Yep, I will never make these decisions and mistakes again. You know what? I'm of the idea that we're going to do a blower door test, and then
Aero barrier.
then aero barrier comes in, and if it ain't great, which I bet you it's still pretty good.
I bet you it's still better than most.
Dan said with R60 of blown in wood fiber, you're probably not, you could have holes and you probably wouldn't have much air loss because it's so dense. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, guys, I think I've at least averted the crisis. I still have a lot of work to do, but I thought, you know, this is an important lesson that I learned the hard way. And like I've said before, the best lessons to learn are those lessons learned by others that share them with you. Because then you don't have to go through the same turmoil or challenges. We're gonna get my buddy Dan back here. He's gonna come back. We're gonna re-blow all this in. Luckily, it's just one bag at a time. Throw it back in the hopper. You guys have already seen that video. If you didn't see us do the blown in, and I didn't say 400 times, oh no, I think it's gonna be just fine. That's plenty framing. Look at that. Twinette is holding so well, and there is still spots.
There is, yeah.
Where it's holding. Like this 4-foot section is still being held up mainly by Twinette. But don't do that. 2 foot on center, maybe even 16 on center if you're going to do an R60. Make sure your tape joints are ran perpendicular like stitching, and or put your ceiling up.
Oh, put your ceiling up.
Because if I would have had the ceiling up, it would have bagged, but it would have never got any worse. It just would have sat right there. So
Would have stretched and not broke.
it is what it is. Thanks, guys. Give me a thumbs up just out of pity. Never asked for a thumbs up that way, but yeah, I need it. I needed to be cheered up because this almost made me cry. And I still come out here and cry a little bit because of all the work that still has to be done to get back to the point where we were so that I can move forward on here with my other projects that we've talked about. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Till next time.
I needed you on those couple spots.
Yeah.
The rest I can handle on my free time. You know, my free time.
Yep. Cool. Cool.
It's closed up now.
Yeah.
So the dust should not.
It shouldn't go anywhere. There should be no more.
Coming down, just the dust that's here, and I can one by one bag more up.